loves. Welcome or welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family. I am honored to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. I have missed you. All right, you guys. So today's reading, we are going to be talking about what your inner child has put on the Christmas wish list for you for next year, for the year of 2023. Collectively, we're working with the Nosar rune or the Nosar symbol. See, I was getting better and then I slipped back up. So we're working with the Nosar symbol, and the Nosar symbol is the Reiki symbol that is all about really aligning yourself with your own intuition, your own inner guidance, your own inner knowing. This to me is also the symbol of creativity. So for me, what it is actually kind of screaming is that collectively our inner children want us to get more aligned to them, more aligned to our inner child, more aligned to this playful, creative, energetic side of ourselves so that we can move forward in a whole new energy. So we can move forward knowing our heart and our soul and our creative path and knowing the possibilities and really charge forth. Literally seeing like a bunch of kids charging on the street. That's so cute. So without further ado, because that's pretty much just the theme, we're going to just get some messages from your inner children and working with this, aligning to what your inner child wants and that creative spark within. We have 3 piles. The first one has the Daikomyo symbol or the master symbol. The second one has the Hanshase Shonen symbol, and I'm still butchering it. It's the distance Reiki symbol. And the third has the Om symbol or the master symbol in Kuruniki Reiki. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to try something new and say, if you guys enjoy my readings and you haven't subscribed, please make sure you guys subscribe. I really would appreciate that. I also wanted to do a quick little announcement that on the 23rd, at the end of this week, I am doing a collaboration with Odessa Mall and Damselflies. And that day, for everyone who likes and comments on all 3 videos, you'll be entered into a drawing for a free 15-minute reading with me. And not just that, but if you subscribe to all 3 channels, you'll get an additional drawing. Now, the way that we're doing this is because you have to have your subscriptions public on your YouTube channel. So we didn't want to discount those who prefer to keep it private, which I totally respect. If you want to keep it private, by all means. However, if you want that additional entry in, make sure you guys do that so that we can see it and you will be entered in. So without further ado, I'm not going to do meditation music. The kids, I like to call them the kids, the inner children are actually like, no, we don't need it. We know what we're doing. So I really trust your guys' inner children. Please trust your own inner child and allow yourself to be led to the pile that you are drawn to. Without further ado, my loves, I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. So before we just dive right in, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Nope, this was not what I wanted. Okay. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Daikomyo symbol, this is your message about what your inner child is wishing for you this Christmas season or this holiday season. So you have the starting card of the Spark of Hustle, and it's the card 17, which actually brings me directly back to Aquarius energy. So you could be an Aquarius rising, or you could have Aquarius in the 10th house, just based off of what I'm picking up with that. But this Spark of Hustle talks about the fact that when you have that divine inspiration, when you have that spark of inspiration, it really fuels you into the direction that you're meant to go. And your inner child is being represented by the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the most inspirational card to me. It is the card of inspiration within the tarot deck. It's the card that says, I know what I want, and I don't care how many people think that I am youthful and naive. I'm going to go after it. Now, with this combination of cards, you have a lot of fiery energy. You may be a fire sun, a fire moon, or a fire rising, but I'm getting more sun and moon, especially the sun, because when you have that fire sun, the nature that you have in the outer world is actually very, very fiery, very go-getter energy. But your inner child is letting you know that as you sit right now where you're at, you have learned a sense of mastery in the realm of divine inspiration, going with the flow, recognizing when divine intervention comes in. What your inner child wants to talk about is how you can align to this mastery and it's like working smarter, not harder, by really feeding yourself the things that are really good for you. And this could be in the realm of food. It could be in the realm of drinking more water. I know for me, my guide team, spirit, my inner children, heck, most of the readers, if I go and watch a pick a card, will say this a lot, is that I need to drink more water because I get so caught up in the creative process that I can forget to drink enough water. So that's something that my inner child comes forth and talks about a lot. With yours, it's about what fuels you, what pushes you forward, what makes you feel centered and aligned, and as though you can actually move outward in whatever direction you want with a sense of mastery. Your inner child is ready, raring to go into the world with this inspiration. And the biggest wish that I feel is that you would believe in yourself and in your inner child's curiosity and inspirational sparks. Because for some of you, you may be stifling that a little bit. Like the inner child is like, oh, this is a good idea. Let's try this. And then you're like, but, or I've got all this on my plate. Let me handle it later. Anything of that nature. And it's not that you're trying to negate your inner child. It's not that you're trying to ignore your inner child. Your inner child really wants you to understand that if you were to embrace that energy more fully, really accept that energy more fully, and see the ways in which you have really mastered yourself and your own energy already, that when that spark comes in, the terminology of the hustle and hustle culture stops meaning anything to you, because it doesn't feel like hustle. It doesn't feel like grind. It just feels like creation. It feels like you're free. It feels like riding a horse with your wind whipping around, like the wind whipping your hair around your head, or like flying a million miles a minute, like Superman. I don't know why I wanted to say Spider-Man. That was very strange. But it's that invincibility feeling that you'll have if you embrace your inner child and trust your inner child to know. Because here's the thing, kids know when to stop. Kids always know when to stop. They'll go and go and go, and then they'll crash and sleep. And then they can get up really early and keep going because they understand the nature of their own energy without having to be told. What changes that is we place structure and restrictions on them. The older they get, the more that they struggle with certain things. But for the most part, kids really do know when to be active and when to rest. They know, like, let me rest. And guys, I'm a parent. I know toddlers will keep themselves awake because the world is really exciting, but they sleep hard. And when they do sleep, they really rest. And then they get up and they eat and then they go. And most of the time, why our kids go is because they take care of themselves. They eat when they're hungry. They let you know when they're hungry. Even babies do that. Listen to your inner child. Your inner child is more attuned to everything that you'll need. And if you really listen, like sit in a quiet space and imagine that your younger self is sitting across from you and allow her to tell you what she needs or he needs. Not gender specific. It's just I was seeing my own in my head. So when you cultivate this conversation, that's when you really start embracing that. Your inner child right now wants you to listen to the inspirational spark so that you can understand the level of mastery you've already accomplished and move into this awareness and move forward in this awareness so that you can do everything that you feel inspired to do without burning yourself out, because you have a guide internally that will say, okay, hey, I'm really tired. Let's go rest. Hey, I really want to do this. Let's go do that. Because your inner child will still prompt you to do things like rest and relaxation. Hey, let's go take a bath and play with like a rubber ducky or something. Or let's go read a book. Let's go watch this movie. Listen to your inner child and watch as your creativity and that spark of inspiration really turns into this ability to create in an it almost feels frenzied, but very controlled frenzy, very focused frenzy. It actually feels a lot like the way that I film my videos, which is like in bulk. Just because when the inspiration hits and the energy is there, that's what I do. So let's get some clarifiers. This is going to be the clarifier, and this is going to be kind of moving forward what your inner child wants you to be aware of. So the clarifier on what your inner child is asking for is, we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. It's that you're looking both directions, but it's this understanding, this really is that understanding of the mastery, knowing that you're empathetic, that you're caring, that you're giving, knowing. But the Queen of Cups knows how to fill her own cup up. And then the King of Wands knows exactly what to do to get done what needs to get done. So fill your cup up, allow yourself to nurture yourself and move forward. Your inner child really wants you to see all the work that you've done on your divine feminine and your divine masculine. More than anything, your inner child wants you to see you the way that your inner child sees you, because it's in a state of love. It's in a state of awe. It's in a state of like, wow, this is who I grow up to be. Wow, this is who I am now. It's very like your inner child sees you as their hero, and it's really quite beautiful. And then we have together. I love working together with others and how it makes once impossible dreams possible. I see there is strength in unity and how much we can accomplish together. Asking for help is not weak. It is powerful. This, and I promise you guys, I don't look at these cards beforehand, but this is exactly what I was saying. Your inner child wants to work hand in hand with you. If you have cultivated a relationship with your divine feminine energy and your divine masculine energy and have really harmonized and unified those energies, now it's time to bring in your inner child. Because when you have all three energies harmonized, unified, and working together, it gives you a state of wholeness. And because of that, you are so assured of you and your energy. You have mastered all of that, that when you work with others, you understand this is what I bring to the table and this is what others bring to the table. But I know that my work is my work and my side is my side. It's this understanding of boundaries, limitations of other people in the realm of working together, but seeing the value of being out in the world and helping other people with the mastery that you have already come into. That's really beautiful. So moving forward, just a little bit of advice from your inner child. And here's the thing. My favorite part of why I'm doing this and this reading is, even though it's just kind of quick messages, the advice from an inner child makes me think of my own kids. It makes me think of, out of the mouths of babes kind of energy. Our inner children have a perspective and an awareness that is built in magic. It is built in possibility. It is not built in cynicism. It is not built jaded. It is not built wounded. It is built in purity, innocence, and awareness. And because of that, our children have some of the greatest lessons for us, the greatest advice for us, and the deepest love for us to experience. So I want you guys to think of it in those terms of your inner child is wanting you to hear what comes out of the mouth of babes from your own inner self. So we have Temperance. Yes. And the Ace of Wands. See, again, with that inspiration, Wands energy, fire energy is so strong with you guys. And Temperance is Sagittarius. And the funny thing is if you were, well, no, we had Aquarius. Aquarius comes after Sagittarius. So you could have Sagittarius. Oh, that would make you an Aries rising. Would it? No, it wouldn't. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't math or astrology right now at all. All right, let's just get back to the cards. So with the Temperance and the Ace of Wands, your inner child is saying, take the time to move slowly, to be patient with yourself. Take the time to blend things together and experience that blending, that mixing, that alchemization of putting things together and allowing for the vision to come to you, allowing for all of your energies to come together and to blend together, because that's going to give you this spark of newness, this spark of creative inspiration to move forward. And it's about having grace with yourself. You know, we give our kids so much patience. And we need to realize that we have an inner child within us who is asking for us to see that aspect within ourselves and give that to ourselves, because we can get really excited and we can go. And it's important to be patient with yourself. It's important to be patient when you get frustrated. It's important to be patient when you lose patience with yourself and when you get angry. It's important to be patient when you're creating and the world has to catch up to your fiery energy, because you have a lot of fiery energy. It's important for you to give yourself the grace and the patience and the love and the nurturing that you give to others. That's incredibly important. And as you do that, as you work on that, you'll start to see the magic that you can create by blending these energies and giving yourself the patience and giving the outside world the patience to catch up with you, to see that you can get ahead, and that gives you more time to really expand on your inspirations. So be patient with the world, but also allow yourself to expand in the ways in which you want to expand. Allow yourself to view what could be in the future and not see things holding you back, but rather see the possibilities. Let's see your final message. Yes, we have doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay. No matter the outcome, I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. This is exactly right. When you bring these energies together and you start moving forward, that's that patience. Excuse me. Some of you may be doing things in your life that no one else does. No one else has ever done. And so it takes time for you to figure out the kinks, to work out the kinks, and allow it to flow in the way that you want it to flow. Remember to give yourself grace. This doing our best is literally giving yourself grace. Give yourself grace to move through every stage of your life and every part of this journey with this awareness that you have a lot of inspiration and a lot of ideas and a lot of creative sparks within you. And you have a lot of go-getter energy. And you have mastered the art of going and then resting and going and resting and learning how to fuel yourself in the right ways. Remember that everybody else is doing their best as well. And as you do that, you actually start alchemizing any kind of anger, resentment, fear, worry, anything like that. And you stay in this creative, inspirational energy, this fiery energy of this is what I'm going to do and this is where I'm going to go. And even on down days where you're not actually like actively doing anything, you're still actively receiving ideas, awareness, love, support, energy. And so every step of this journey is important. Your inner child's wish for you is that moving forward, you are more graceful with yourself. You are more gracious with yourself. You see all that you have done and really, really honor yourself, that you see the beauty of what you have to bring and what you can create and how you flow with your own natural instincts and urges and energies. And you move in that way and you really are aligned to your own creative inspiration internally and from your higher self. You have learned a sense of mastery, and your inner child wants you to celebrate yourself and everything that you have done because you've done wonders. So pile one, this is what I have for you. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your inner child. Thank you to your guides, my guides, for connecting our energies and connecting these messages. And thank you so much to Spirit for this awareness and this inspiration and all of the energies that this is bringing in, because it's so exciting. Thank you so much. If this resonated, you guys know the drill. Like my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Down in the description box, you're going to find links to rising sign messages, as well as links to donate and to book a personal reading and to my author page. Comment down in the comment section below how this resonated. I would love to hear back from you. And remember, if you missed the announcement in the intro, remember that there is a drawing on after the collaboration with Odessa Mall and Damselflies on the 23rd, where everyone who likes and comments on all the videos will be entered into a drawing, and everyone who subscribes to all 3 channels will be entered into an additional drawing if you have your subscriptions public for us to see. So make sure that you guys check that out so you can get a free 15-minute drawing from me. All right. I love you all. Wait, 15-minute reading. Sorry, guys. All right. I love you all. I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. And hello, pile 2. If you chose the Hanshase Shonen, still butchering it just because I know how it's spelled, but the distant Reiki symbol, this is what your inner child is putting on the Christmas wish list for you this year. So with this, you also got the card, you the muse. And it was a slip of the tongue, but not quite, because I literally heard you are the muse. And it's the card number 3. And then the energy that your inner child is actually embodying right now is the Hierophant. And to me, that's really, really beautiful energy, because to me, what this is saying is that your inner child, first of all, wants you to know that you are your own muse. You contain so much within you. And your inner child is coming forth to say the foundation of everything that you believe in, within yourself, within the world, within what you can do, within the healing that you've done and the healing that you're capable of doing, exists within me. That's what the message from your inner child is. It exists within your inner child. Your inner child is your structure, your foundation, your stability, your strength, your belief. Your inner child holds so much spiritual wisdom. And I actually mentioned this in pile 1, and this is not a crossover energy or anything like that. I'm not saying that you guys were drawn to both, but it's about the nature of what comes out of the mouth of a child. So we say out of the mouths of babes. And it's because our children in this world are so aware of this higher realm energy. They are so tapped in. And it is only through conditioning and the nature of the way the world works that ends up being conditioned out of them. But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And what I'm getting here is you've really gone through so much in the past 3 to 5, some of you even longer than that, years. You know, some of you, wow, for like 8 to 15 years is what I'm hearing. But for a lot of you, you've really been on this journey, on this healing path, on this coming into awareness of all the bits and bobs and pieces of yourself that need to be pulled back into the center and pulled in and loved and welcomed and nurtured and put back within you. It's like not quite soul retrieval, but it's like taking taking broken glass and saying, this is still beautiful. It's almost as if your heart was the broken glass and saying, this is still beautiful. Look what you can take from these broken pieces. Look at this colorful mosaic that captures the sun is in such an illuminative, inspirational, creative way. It's as though you've taken all the pieces that other people have told you don't matter or have treated as though they were lesser or unimportant or unworthy. And you've taken all of that and you've said, I'm going to put it all together in my own beautiful mosaic. And I think it's beautiful. And your inner child is saying, I gave you that strength. That strength came from me. That perspective came from me. And I am sitting here to tell you that you're the muse. You and everything that you've done has given me stability, has given me structure, has given me strength. You have opened up so much awareness within yourself because you have given me what I needed throughout all of your life. You've given your inner child what was needed by doing all of what you've been doing, by centering yourself into the truth of who you are, by tapping into your intuition, by no longer falling to the ways that others have battled and argued and fought against you and fought against each other and whatever it was that made you feel as though there were parts of you that were unworthy and uninspiring and just unwelcome. What you have done with embracing those parts, with seeing those parts as a level of spiritual awareness that you contain within you that other people don't understand, they don't need to. You understand it. Your inner child is saying, you are the muse, and I give to you now all of this awareness, because when you were a child, whether you remember it or not, and this is, guys, I'm just direct channeling your inner child at this point. I just want you guys to know what your inner child is saying is, whether you remember it or not, and I feel like a lot of you do remember, you had a wealth of spiritual wisdom. You probably wouldn't have called it spiritual wisdom. Some of you might have, but I feel like a lot of you would have been like, this world isn't what it looks like. Watch me bend time and space. And as a child, you likely could. You may have been astral travelers as children. You may have really known that you could manifest things, but you wouldn't have called it that. It would have been like, hey, look what I can make happen. Like, I want ice cream, and suddenly you think it, and then the ice cream truck comes. And, the people in your life would have said, yeah, that's just a coincidence, except that the ice cream truck literally, like when you go and get an ice cream cone, is like, I wasn't going to come down this street. It's not on my normal path, but something just told me I should. And it was literally, you did a call out energy and you brought in an ice cream truck, and nobody would have believed you, but you didn't need anybody to believe you. You believed yourself. But over time, when nobody believes you, that gets worn down more and more and more. And you stop believing in yourself. But your inner child is saying, what I want you to understand right now, this wish that I have for you during this magical season that we live in, that all of our inner children awaken and get excited, and we see the magic of everything one more time. What your inner child wants you to see is that you've been doing this. It doesn't matter if other people doubt you, because you have the ability to believe in yourself, because you are the muse. You don't need to look to other people. You don't need to look to the outside world. Look to what you've gone through, what you've overcome. Look at where you have come from and where you are today, and look at what you have done for yourself, and find that inspiration from within. Find that song of your soul, that song of your heart, that song that speaks to the ancient part of who you are, that naive and innocent part of who you are, that part of you that knows, that trusts, that understands. See that, understand that you have that foundation within you, because your inner child has gifted you, because you have gifted your inner child. It's now a reciprocity thing. You are giving and taking equally from each other. You are the muse. You have inspired your own self in so many ways. And your inner child really, this Christmas season, your inner child really just wishes that you would see how inspirational you really are. And start sharing that more in confidence all the time. All right, so this is going to be really basically what the wish is, and then this is what your inner child wants you to know going forward. So we have the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I am open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. And I love that, because what your inner child here is saying as far as a wish is, you have healed all of those pains, those doubts, those betrayals from your own mind and from the minds and words of others. And your inner child wants you to realize that as you see how healed you are and how important it is to celebrate these moments, to give to yourself and to see like, oh my gosh, look what I've done. Now what more can I do? The outside world becomes that mirror of that joy, that peace that you hold within. You don't have to live in this state of fear because you have moved out of feeling this way. And now you're in this joyful state. So your inner child really wants you to embrace love in all its many facets, in all its many ways again, and especially love for yourself. This mirror card really talks a lot about that manifestation thing. You wanted ice cream, the ice cream truck showed up. And it's that energy of see how much you have done. Find that new beginning, because the 4 of Wands card to me is always at 1111. It can be the marriage card, and we have 2 marriage cards here. So this could be about you guys healing relationships, healing your relationship to yourself, but more than that, healing your relationship to love. When we go through a journey that involves loving ourselves and being inspired by ourselves and feeling grounded and secure in who we are, when we go through that and we understand that we've been in a 10 of Swords energy for a really long time. So we've been in this energy of feeling defeated, feeling betrayed, feeling stabbed in the back, feeling as though everyone has attacked us and gone against us. And it shakes our own inner stability and our inner worth and our inner knowing. When we go through that and we heal that, what happens is we understand love in a new way. And it calls for us to relearn how to love, to rekindle this relationship with love, with the word love, with the feeling love, with the notion of it, with how we love ourselves, how we love others, how we love this world, how we love spirit, how we love our inner children. Your inner child is saying, you've really, really done so much work. And I wish more than anything that you would see how beautiful your life has become instead of still finding yourself stuck in these moments where you look outside and it looks like that 10 of Swords energy. Remember that is because it's coming up for you to heal, and know that you have healed it. You've really gone the distance. I'm literally hearing Go the Distance from Hercules. I believe it is. Yeah. I can go the distance. I'll be on my way. Okay. So let's see what your inner child wants you to know moving forward. We have the 3 of Swords, the Fool, and Playful. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? I giggle because the 3 of Swords tends to be one of the heavier cards in the deck. I think we collectively like tense up when we see the 3 of Swords, because it's like, oh my God, my heart is going to be broken. And I know a lot of people read it as like a third party situation. I don't. It's kind of like 3 strikes and you're out for me. It's like, okay, fool me once, fool me twice. But the third time, I'm walking away. And this is showing you that you can either take it really heavily or really seriously, or you can be like, time for a new adventure. And the Three of Swords really is about learning how to see things that make us feel as though we're hurting, things that make us feel like we're not worthy, things that make our hearts feel heavy. Your inner child wants you to know that the best way to heal through these things is to be like, it's time for a new adventure. Let's go have some fun. It's again that Hercules energy, like let's just go out the door. And it's like what Bilbo says to Frodo, you know, when you step out your door, if you don't kick your feet, there's no telling where you might end up. It's saying, you know what, I'm not going to kick my feet. I'm going to let myself go on this adventure. I don't know where I'm going to end up. It might be dangerous. It might be scary. It might hurt, but I'm going to do it because all of these moments give me this new adventurous energy. All of these moments make me want to experience more things in life. So the more pain that you've experienced, the more that you have had this brand new start, this brand new inspiration, this brand new energy. You are completely new. Your inner child wants you to know moving forward as this wish of you seeing all that you have healed and really redefining how you view love and how you interact with love. Moving forward, when those moments come up and it may hurt your heart, like something happens and you end up in this state where you and a friend get into an argument, or you and your significant other get into an argument and it hurts. And then you're like, well, is everything falling apart? It's not the past. The past is over. Everything isn't falling apart. What you can do is you can say, okay, I've been hurt in the past, but I'm choosing a new beginning. I'm choosing a new beginning in a state of play, of enjoyment, of fun, because we can take this life too seriously. We can take creation too seriously. Use all of these moments where you have felt as though you have been broken down and beaten down to start something new, to start some sort of new creative fun adventure. Know that you have a strength and a stability firmly grounded in your inner child. Your inner child is like, no, I can conquer literally anything. Look at the extremes that I have gone through. Literally pain in every possible way, while also being in a state of achievement and celebration, happiness and joy, new beginnings, new awakenings. I can see in the world all of these things reflected back to me, and it's all beautiful. So if I think that the whole world is beautiful, then I think that I am completely and utterly beautiful within myself. Your inner child really wants you to see how incredible you are, how inspirational you are, and how you take all of these things that you've gone through and literally it's like you mold it into something brand new that is just sparkly and wondrous and magical. And then you give it you freely give it away to the world. You give it as this gift to the world so the world can be like, oh my gosh, let me go on that journey. Let me try that. It's like you inspire the world to take up the fool's journey within themselves, to learn how to play and have fun and try new things and experience new things. You're the muse in this world. And your inner child, more than anything, just wishes that you would see that about yourself. And I truly, truly hope, Pile 2, that this helped you to see that. These are all the messages I have for you. And I want to say thank you so much. Your inner child is one of the spunkiest, to the point inner children I have ever interacted with as far as energetically goes. So this collective's inner children, you guys are incredible. Like, I would have been best friends with your inner child when I was a kid, because awesome, just awesome. But Pile 2, this is all I'm seeing for you guys. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your inner children for bringing you here. I want to say thank you so much to your guides and mine for connecting our energies. And I want to say thank you so much to Spirit for allowing these messages to flow smoothly, clearly, and with so much excitement and upbeat energy that I just cannot stop smiling right now. I am loving this. Pile 2, if this resonated, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming readings. Down in the description box, there are links to donate to my channel, book a personal reading, my author page on Amazon, as well as a link to my second channel, Rising Sign Messages. So make sure you check those links out. I know it sounds like a lot, but I just kind of go through the list. Also, if you didn't catch the intro, I do want to remind you, I am doing a collaboration with Odessa Mall and Damselflies on the 23rd. Everyone who likes and comments on all 3 videos will be entered into a drawing with me, a free 15-minute drawing. And if you subscribe to all the channels and you have your subscriptions public, and I am able to see that, you will be given an additional entry into the drawing. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know in the comment section below how this resonated. I'd love to interact with you guys, and I love you all. Bye. Season that. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the symbol, this is your message about what your inner child's wish is for you this Christmas or holiday season. So you also got the ambush fear with your ferocious dream card, as well as your inner child is being represented by the Emperor. So in all honesty, I got to tell you guys, like right now, your inner child is in the divine masculine energy. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Your inner child is like, it's time. It's go time. It's go time to master these final fears, to master these last vestiges of what has been holding you back. Your inner child is like, no, I know exactly where we're going. I know exactly what we're meant to be doing. I know exactly what this path is for us. And it is the path that I want. And I'm going to show you how to burst onto the scene, burst through the doors of whatever it is. Like, it's like your inner child is raring to go. There is so much, let's do this energy that I get from your inner child. And we've got the symbol and the Nosa and ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Your inner child is saying you have this way higher level of awareness and mastery and connection to your higher self. You have nothing to fear. Right here in this absolute moment, you are doing everything you're meant to do. You don't need to keep feeling like you are battling for your place in the world, that you're battling to be seen, to be heard, to matter. You don't have to battle for your beliefs to matter to other people. It's about what you believe in. And your inner child this Christmas season wants you to really, really see that you don't have to fight your way anywhere. The wish that I feel coming through is that you would see what you contain within you. You contain this strong foundation, strong, stable awareness of exactly what you are meant to do in this world, what you're meant to become in this world. You don't have to sit there and worry about, is this right? Is that right? Is this person right? Is that person right? It doesn't matter what anybody else says, because you are the master of your own destiny. You are the master of your dream here. And your inner child says, I know exactly how to get there. Please let me show you how to get there. Your inner child wishes that you would listen to them more. And I don't mean this to call you guys out. Your inner child, I literally got a vision of like stamping feet. Like, yeah, this is calling you out. You guys have a very like sassy inner child. I actually really love it because I understand that energy. It's that energy of I'm not heard enough, so I'm going to make myself heard. And you may feel that way about yourself right now. Like, I am not heard enough. I speak these truths, but nobody listens. And I'm going to make them listen. I will go through whatever I have to go through to stand up and say, this is where I am. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what I know. And you will listen. And not in like a forceful, like controlling way. I get this, like I said, it's very sassy. It's very like, you know, as a child, you may have been very outspoken. And maybe for some of you, that wasn't a good thing. But what I get from it is like your inner child still contains that. I'm very outspoken. I know what to say. I know what to do. I know what my power is. I know what my beliefs are. And I know me. I know me. And I know I do everything I am meant to do exactly as I meant to do it, exactly when I meant to do it, where I meant to do it, how I meant to do it. Everybody else can call it wrong, a mistake, this or that, but I know me and I know my path. And your inner child really, really, really is pushing forward to be like, I wish you would understand that I know this and I will barrel through anything. You guys may have been like my ping pong, like ping pong kids, like ADHD, ADD, neurodivergent kids like me. For instance, for me, like when I was in 4th grade, I had a teacher who kept dropping his pencil, and he'd drop his pencil. I would pick it up. I'd put it back on his desk. I'd go back to my test. He'd drop his pencil. I'd pick it up. I'd put it back on his desk. I'd go back to my test. It was very annoying for me. I got really, really annoyed, but it was the right thing to do. I'm picking up something that someone else dropped. He is really busy. I'm really not, because I'm already done with my test. I'm just doodling in the like sides of the paper. Like I wasn't really doing much because my test, I was done with my test. But he used that to talk to my mom about how I was, ADHD and I had this disorder and whatever. And so I learned how to temper that part of myself down a lot. And now I have had to learn how to harness it in new ways, because my ADHD is really great for my creativity. It is wonderful for it. There are times where I need medication because I need to be able to focus and narrow my scope and my focus more. And there are times where I don't want it because I want to be able to ping everywhere like a pinball. It just depends. But being afraid, feeling this fear of your dream not being good enough, or of you being fully expressive in who you are and really going after it and really embracing that energy, that is what your inner child really wishes that you would let go, to see that you don't have to feel that fear anymore, because your dream is much bigger than any fears that might get in the way. Your dream is so much more important and so much more prevalent and profound, and just it matters more. Whatever dream it is that you have, and it's going to be different for everyone, but whatever dream it is that you have already mastered this in multiple lifetimes. So this is something that you are meant to do in this life, and your inner child knows the path. I can't help but see that on his scepter, he's got Saturn on his scepter. It's literally like I have Saturn energy in the palm of my hand. I know where to go. Trust me. This isn't a mistake. We're not doing anything wrong. This is what we're meant to do. It's time for you to come back to this moment right here and touch back into who you are and what your power is and your strength and your stability. And I really wish that you would be able to see that I'm helping you pull yourself out of this fear state, so that you don't feel like you have to battle your way through life anymore. Your inner child is also incredibly compassionate with you. So let's see what the wish is over here. We have the 4 of Pentacles. See, this goes back to your security, your stability. King of Swords, clarity. Like, it's what I get from this is the fear might be surrounding your dream not being good enough. So this is like the energy that you hear about a lot, not just in the spiritual community, but just in the world in general, of people who have really made it out in the world. And then they're like, yeah, but as I was growing up, I wasn't nurtured. I wasn't raised to believe I could do anything. I had to go against everything that I was taught. I was taught that being a creative meant that I would be impoverished. I was taught that being a psychic, for me, here's my example. I was taught that being a psychic meant I was damned, that my soul was damned, that I was evil. I was taught these things. And so I really did not have that clear path for myself in the beginning of my psychic journey. And you hear this a lot out in the world. And because of that, you get so wrapped up in making sure that you have enough money and you have enough this and enough that and enough of the physical material world stability to make you feel like you have the clarity to move towards any kind of dream. But when we live our lives that way, we aren't in the present moment. We're living in the past and what everybody else has said. And your inner child does not want you to live based off of other people anymore. Your inner child wants you to live based off of you, because you are the one that creates that cause and effect in your life. You and your choices, nothing else. No one else's decisions, no one else's actions. It's just about you. And so your inner child wants you to stop focusing on what everything has been said in the past about how you have to have this, 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 and this in order to do this, 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 and this. And give yourself clarity by tapping into your inner child. There's a lot of divine masculine energy here that might be in opposition with each other. It's like your outer divine masculine is that King of Swords, like, I'm going to be kind of harsh, I'm going to be kind of hard because I have to do this and I have this responsibility and this and this and this. And what you don't realize is you're not actually being true to the fullness of your divine masculine power, because internally your divine masculine power is the highest level of divine masculine power with the Emperor in the physical world. The Emperor is that physical world, high level divine masculine power. The King of Swords is the one that is up in his head. But if you're up in your head and building your structure and your foundation based off of whatever mentality someone else has said, then you're not mastering your fear and living for your truth in your dreams. You're allowing someone else's mentality to impact you. And it's time to come back to center, time to come back to yourself. And your inner child is like, come back to me. Let me show you how to ambush this fear. Let me show you how to be ferocious with your dreams and go forward from there. There's an elephant on this card that makes me think of Ganesha, and it's about breaking down any kind of barriers, blockages, obstacles that may stand in the way of your dream coming to fruition. If you're the one standing in the way, then you have to be willing to be very ferocious with yourself about embracing your dream and really ground it into this Emperor energy that your inner child has. You have a very strong inner child too. Wow. Like, I'm really in awe of your inner child. So let's see what else we have. Present. Yes. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. Exactly. And look, even the drawing looks like a little child's steps. Like your inner child knows the steps. Your inner child wishes that you would get in touch more, that you would learn from your inner child how to move, where to move, how essentially, like, your inner child is like, let me give you clarity on where to go and how to move from here. So your inner child is really asking you to not worry about the future, to not worry about this or that, because that's how you feed the fears instead of overcome the fears. So the biggest wish that I have is that your inner child wants you to come back to yourself, come back to the present moment, to stop worrying about what everybody else says you can or cannot do, and realize that you hold the strength within yourself. This is your journey. This is your life. This is your path. They're your dreams. You are the master of your dreams. No one else is the master of them. So if you choose to follow your dreams, which your inner child is like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I really love your inner child's energy. Then you choose to be ferocious, to not hold back, to not worry, to not let those fears ever come in and dictate whether you're going to succeed or not, because you know you will. It's a determination, a definitive, yes, this is me. So this is your inner child's advice going forward. And how I explain this, I think I explained it in pile 1 a little bit better than I did in pile 2, but it's about from the mouth of babes. You know, sometimes our kids tend to say some of the most profound things without realizing that what they're saying is utterly profound. And they do this because they are incredibly tapped in all the time. And the younger they are, the more profound they are, the more attuned and adept they are at channeling. And I've actually learned a lot from my son, Cooper, in these moments. He will say things and I will look at him and like in shock and be like, wow, that's like an angel talking, because of how profound what he says is. And I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is going to be that kind of advice from your inner child. Yes, we have the 9 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. See, this is about how whether you believe in the ability to make it financially with whatever dream you have. It's like, can I do this? You know, we talk about the 9 of Wands as being the wounded warrior, but this 9 of Wands is literally just somebody who's building a wall against shining bright, against the sun. It's saying, I don't know that I can embrace shining this brightly. I'm so scared. Your inner child is saying, let the sun shine on you. You've created a wall. Now you can create a house. Obviously, if you have a wall already erected, you have a strong foundation. So you've already planted the seeds for your wealth. Your wealth comes from the heart. Your abundance comes from the heart. You are worthy. You know what you want to do. Step into this circle of awareness within and let me show you what you can create. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. We're going to do whatever we want. Whatever we dream of is possible. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're not too wounded. We've gone through it, but we're not too wounded. We can do this. We're not actually carrying these pains anymore. Those pains, those 9 of Wands, that wounded warrior energy, you've taken the 8 of Wands that shoot forward into the future. You've taken that momentum energy and you've harnessed it into something stable, something strong, something founded in abundance, in wealth, in prosperity. You've set that down, those 8 wands down. And now you're holding the 9th wand. You're holding that one Ace of Wands. Every single time I see this card, you're holding the Ace of Wands. You have your 8 wands down in a strong foundation. They are grounded into this physical world, and it is a give and take and equality. It is something that will continue to bring forth greater returns. It's like, I think they're called perennials. I want to say they're called perennials. I don't know gardening very well, but I'm fairly certain that perennials are the ones that grow every year without you having to replant them. They might be annuals, but I'm not entirely certain. But that's essentially what you've done. You have created something and grounded it into the physical world that will continue to produce. It will continue to give back to you. It will continue to go in this cycle, this circle. And it's amazing. So yes, we have breathe. So breathe deeply, breathe easily. All right. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. You don't have to feel wounded anymore, because as you breathe in and breathe out, you actually rejuvenate what you've already grounded into the physical. This is all about the present. This is about you seeing the present moment, but it's also about you seeing what a present you are. That was a play on words and it was really cute. I'm sorry, guys. Your inner child is pithy. I have given your inner child more adjectives than any other pile. So you guys may have a very multifaceted inner child. You guys might be Geminis, like sun, moon, rising, or just have some strong Gemini placements. You might be Aries because Mars is currently going through Gemini. So that might be what is coming through here. And, you know, we've got the Emperor, which is also Aries, that I literally just realized. And I know that might not sound believable. I promise. It's literally like, oh yeah, the Emperor is Aries. Alternately, you could possibly be a Virgo. A little less of that energy, but I'm still feeling it. But this is your inner child is like when it feels like you're going on an uphill battle, like you're spinning yourself in circles. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let me show you where to go. I know the way. I know the path. I've got the map. Let's go find the treasure. I've got the map. I know where the X is. Let me show you. And your inner child will not lead you astray. Your inner child, your guides, your higher self will never, ever lead you astray. Never. You can, like, I'm hearing you can bank on that. That's what I just heard. You can bank on that. So you will never be led astray. They love you. They want the best for you. Trust them. Let them guide you. But more than anything, your inner child is like, I have this foundation that you need. Let me show you how to be a boss. That was great. All right, pile 3, this is all I'm seeing for you guys. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your inner child. It was such a wonderful experience interacting with your inner children. I want to say thank you so much to your guides and mine for connecting the energies today. And thank you so much to Spirit for the messages that have flowed through my filter into the collective for the collective of pile 3's inner children. Thank you so much. All right, pile 3. If this resonated, you guys know the YouTubey things. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. Down in the description box, there are links to rising sign messages, links to donate, book a personal reading, and to my author page on Amazon. So make sure you check out those links as well. Let me know in the comment section below how this resonated. I would love to interact with you and hear, how you guys interact with your inner children, because this was a very fun reading for me. It was very, very fun for me. I loved it. And just as a reminder, in case you skipped the intro, I am doing a collaboration on the 23rd. That would be this Friday with Damselflies and Odessa Mall. And with that, everyone who likes and comments on all 3 videos will be entered into a drawing for a free 15-minute reading with me. If you subscribe to all 3 channels as well, you will be given an additional entry. So make sure you guys check that stuff out. And without further ado, I will see you at my next reading. I love you all. Bye. Entry.